Welcome back, everyone. Today we'll talk about a different topic in fundamental analysis, which is investment banking industry. Previously, we talked about the history of fundamental analysis, but today we'll talk more about the contemporary structure of the investment banking industry. We will all know commercial banks, the normal banks that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. Basically, we actually put deposits in those banks, or we take loans out to finance any of our expenditures. Maybe in some of our other episodes we'll talk about how we can value those commercial banks, but today we will talk about the investment bank, and here we'll talk about full-fledged investment bank. The word bank itself may be a bit confusing. It's not that it involves taking deposits or giving out loans. It's basically just called the bank that offers different types of services, and these are non-banking services. Okay, so this investment bank is basically kind of an intermediary between capital providers and those who want to use this capital in expansion or growth in the market. So we have on the left hand side capital providers, and we have also on the right hand side those capital users. So this bank or investment bank can actually be one big holding company because it's a full-fledged bank, or it could be just offering some of these services. They don't have to offer all the services. So if they offer all the services, we call them full-fledged investment bank. What are the different activities that they can actually provide or offer to customers? We have one, brokerage, trading in public securities, whether equity or debt. Number two, we have asset management, basically managing different asset classes. Another name for this is investment management. Okay. Number three, we have a different activity called investment banking. Okay, investment banking, they have a different names as well, and some other companies they can call them corporate finance, or they can call them mergers and acquisitions department. What do they actually do? They basically try to help companies finance their own operations as a part of corporate finance, or find companies, some target companies to acquire or to sell out in M&A. Also, we have number four, we have research, and usually this is where the financial analyst usually starts. This starts within research. Then they can actually get a wider view of what the investment banking industry is all about. Then they can decide where to go. So this is where the financial analyst is. Number five, we have the private equity, because we talked about public securities or public equity or debt and brokerage, but for private equity, basically you are here talking about closed-ended companies that are not traded on the market, and you actually want to buy or invest and sell as well. These are closed companies. Each one of these activities we'll talk about in more details to give them more details about each one. Thank you very much.